Sample paper for us for our revision before the physics examination of ICSE 2026. Section A, as you know, is 40 marks. Your question 1 is MCQ, compulsory section. In a beam balance, when the beam is balanced in a horizontal position, which means it is stationary now, there'll be some force here, some force here. Your fulcrum would be somewhere in between. That will be the pivot. Now it is going to be stationary, it is not in any motion. So it cannot be dynamic, it cannot be this, it cannot be this. So the option was A. Yeah, because sum of anti-clockwise moments equal to sum of clockwise moments. Work done on an object. There is then it loses energy, it gains energy, the energy remains constant, none of the above. If the work is done on the object, it will gain the energy, yes? It will gain energy. Like for example, box is lifted up, it has gained how much energy? Correct? Yeah, so it gains energy. So you can take one illustration. Now remember, the trick for physics paper is that not to lose your calm. You have to think with a calm mind, because whole year long you have studied. It's not that it is absolutely raw and new subject for you. Now a light body and a heavy body have the same momentum. So P1 is equal to, or PA is equal to PB. Correct? Now what is the relation between MK and P? P is equal to root 2MK. Correct? So if you do P square here, you will have 2 MAKA equal to 2 MBKB. Okay? Now if you have forgotten this, reinforce this, read it again and again. Possibly also learn the derivation of this. Okay? Those who want to get 90 plus, make sure that you're learning the derivations. So your mass is light, so this will be small m. B will be kb upon k. So I will write this first and I'll write like this so that it's easier for me. So m upon capital M is equal to kb upon ka. So k, correct. So k will have more. They are saying what is this? So you are going to have ka will be greater than kb. Okay, A of b, that's B option. Option B. So kinetic energy of A is greater is the correct one. When the body falls freely, you will have freely falling potential energy is maximum, kinetic energy is 0, and when it reaches here, potential energy is 0 and kinetic energy is maximum, but the total energy will be the same as the original, means mgh. Somewhere in between it will have this much movement, velocity acquired here will impart kinetic energy to it, and because of this much height it will have potential energy. So here there will be partial potential energy and kinetic energy. There are a couple of videos that I have put on kinetic energy, potential energy. When it is 1/4 from here or 1/4 from here, then what would be the kinetic energy, the ratio of the two kinetic energies. Please go through those videos. Assertion. We left that MCQ. We had to still discuss that. This one. Yes, total energy remains constant. Right? Yeah, C. I said constant, but I didn't say C, no? Okay, assertion. When the ray of light is refracted through a rectangular glass slab, there is no dispersion of light. And dispersion is splitting of white light. Now over here, splitting of white light into component color is correct. It is true. But when it is this rectangular glass slab, this is a dubious question. You know what? They did not say white light or monochromatic light. So there's a mistake from the teacher. So false. Understanding? Yes. So yes. Here, if they say over here dispersion of light, splitting of white light, but here they have not mentioned. So here you will have to, if something like this is there, you will have to mention if you are saying that this is true. If you say both of them are true, then if you write A, then you will say both of them are true if A is monochromatic. Understanding? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Monochromatic ray of light. Because in a glass slab, supposing this is, let us say, just R plus B. Okay, let us say R and red and blue I'm taking. So from here, this is the original path, and I will have the refraction taking place for red light and blue light with different directions, because both of them have different wavelengths, correct?
Yes.
So you will have something like this. The one which will get least deviated will be given by the Vibgyor diagram. Okay, this way it is lambda increases, so lateral displacement decreases. So for red it will be minimum, and for blue it will be maximum out of the two. So red will be lateral displacement less, so this will get now emerging parallel. So this will be your red, and this one would be emerging parallel to the original. So these will be all parallel rays, but here there will be splitting taking place. Understanding? So this will be blue. So the dispersion will take place over here, right? The splitting will take place here.
Yes, ma'am.
So they didn't mention here white or monochromatic. So we'll have to mention that if it is monochromatic. All right. A is false but R is true. You can say this A, or C, and what you'll say if A is white light. Understanding?
Yes.
You will have to mention separately. Don't write like a bhashan. A, you'll write explanation. Leave one line or, and then C if A is white light. Understood? So that way you are protecting your mark. Refractive index and thickness. They are saying so many times the real thickness means mu is equal to real depth upon apparent depth. So mu is 3 upon 2, and they are saying the its thickness means real depth. So real depth will be equal to apparent depth will come here, correct? So it will be 3 upon 2 times.
It's real.
Ma'am, they're asking.
1 minute. They are asking will appear as, sorry. So they are saying apparent depth, no? Apparent depth
Yes,
will be 2/3 of real depth.
Option B.
Okay. Understood how to do this? Was it easy?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Path of the ray, focal length 20. So this is ray coming from infinity, and you are getting the ray at the focal plane.
Ma'am, they have given the object is kept at 30 centimeters. So
No. I'm looking at this diagram. I'm only looking at this diagram. The diagram object at infinity and focal plane. But what are they asking you? If the object is at 30. Now, if this is 20, 30 is 30 going to be here. So the image is going to move here. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So will it be virtual?
No.
Will it be diminished? Will be
Beyond here, because in between,
beyond 2f? Why?
the image will be beyond 2f. Behind.
The real and magnified, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
But it will be behind 2F.
The behind 2f.
Ma'am, the image.
Beyond 2F. The image will be beyond 2F.
Ma'am, you had put the image between.
1 minute. This is 20 and this is 40, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So the object is here,
Yes.
correct? Now it is 1 second.
Beyond 2f.
if the object is placed at 30 centimeter from this lens, so if the object is at 2f, the image will be here, and if I bring it closer, then it will be like this.
Yes.
And I had written here, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Here I had written. Okay. Yeah. So it is real and magnified. Yeah, it should have been beyond this, no? Yeah. Now this one. They are saying increasing order of frequency means decreasing lambda. Decreasing lambda means going towards gamma from here. Gamma is going to be 0.1 angstrom, correct? So we'll have rocket takes many Indians Y USA to XYZ, correct? So you have gamma should be the last one. Gamma is here last one. Can you see that? So visible X and gamma is the correct one. Understood how to go about it? Those who are confused, make sure that you write this. You saw it just took about 5 seconds to write that. So rough working should be kept there side by side. Remember that. Do not keep it at one together all cluttered up, because your double checking is important. You have to double check everything. Remember, under pressure sometimes silly mistakes happen. All of us know about silly mistakes. Now amplitude frequency is found to be constant. I know that
Vacuum.
never mind the frequency. Amplitude is constant in vacuum, right?
Yes.
It cannot be anywhere here. Understood? Now for this one, some of you probably thought, guided by this person's this thing, can you see over here the effective resistance between A and B? It is having these two connected like this. What is this for? Natak this is.
Yes, ma'am.
This is not required. So it will be in series means 10 ohms. Okay. We come to the 11th one. The PD and current. For ohmic will be like this. No PD, no current passing through the origin. Yes. So when so it will be.
C option.
Let us come to the next one. When the key is pressed, the current will flow this way and come this way. So it's gonna go this way. If I look at it from here, this is clockwise current.
Yes, sir.
Correct or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this becomes the south polarity. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So there will be a momentary south polarity over here, correct? When the magnetic flux is increasing. When you shut it, it is increasing. The moment it is increased, no change in magnetic flux, no deflection. So it will be momentary deflection here. So momentary EMF or current will be here. Now if it is south over here, this side, which polarity will be developed?
Sound.
Using which law?
Lenses.
What does it state? Learn it up. So this will be south, which means it's going to be clockwise here like this. So it's going to go this way and this way, correct? Understanding? So
Yes,
if
ma'am.
it is understanding, right?
Yes, sir.
So it will be B to A. How this person wrote north for the clockwise current? Anyway. Effect of current on which the fuse is
Detail.
bulb this and bulb this. Ratio of the resistance. Remember P is equal to V square upon R.
So
R is equal
V
to
square upon P.
Very good. So your R1 or Rp is to RQ will be equal to 220 into 220 upon
100.
is to
110 upon 60.
let us cancel these zeros. 1 0 here. 11 twos, 11 ones, 11 twos, 11 ones. In the denominator, 2 5s, 2 3s. So
Ma'am,
2,
one of the zeros of 110 will remain. Maybe if I cut all four.
I cancel this and this and this and this. Then I cancel this and this.
Oh, sorry, ma'am.
है ना? Ultimately you
Yes,
wait
sorry.
na till I finish this, bacha.
Ma'am, it will
See,
be
this is
4
4.
upon 5, right?
Yeah, this is 2 into 2.
Yes.
When I was writing this, I was interrupted, no, in my thinking. So that is why it happened. Now this is 15
It's 12
LCM.
upon 5.
So you multiply by 15. 5 3s 15, so 3 4s 12. 3 5s 15.
5. So D option.
Understood how this is to be done?
Yes.
Some of you will have to work on this, okay? Two atoms to be isobars is simple.
Yes,
Will
ma'am,
they have
same number of neutrons, different protons, and same electron.
they have same atomic number, different mass number is isobar, no?
Isotopes.
This is isotope, same
Yes.
number of protons, different number of neutrons.
It's
Same
not
number of
clear.
protons means atomic number same.
That's
This
also
is
isotope, ma'am.
exactly the same thing, correct?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Same number of neutrons but different number of protons. Different number of
And
protons
electrons
means
also
different
different.
elements. Okay, so atomic number is different, correct? Different number of protons means what? Protons and electron means atomic number is different, and same number of neutrons. Same number
But
of
then
neutrons
mass number
means
will be different,
isotone. Same number of neutrons
Yes,
means
ma'am,
isotone. Same number of protons.
And neutrons has mass number same.
This means the atomic number is same and neutrons same, but number
Ma'am,
of
they're saying the sum of number of protons.
oh sorry sum of number of okay so
So
this
that's
means
mass
the
number.
mass number sorry
Yes,
mass number is the same, but
And
number of protons means atomic
Atomic
number
number
is
different.
different. So
That's,
this is isobar.
Isobar D.
Okay, so give yourself marks out of 15 and let's move on to the second question. Let's go very fast. Some of these we'll have to do mentally, okay? Don't sit and write everything. Only thing is that give yourself marks. So if you have question 2, 1, so then you'll write how many marks you should be getting. It's a fill in the blank. Type of energy by the bob of pendulum when it is at extreme. When it is at extreme, it will have potential energy. Correct? So give yourself mark like that. Scissor is a what multiplier? Scissor is like this.
Speed multiplier.
Correct? So you have mechanical advantage less than 1, speed multiplier. So write another mark. Clockwise moment produced by a force about a fulcrum compared to be clockwise means negative. Correct? See how I'm giving marks? Did you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Direction of induced current in the figure is in.
Ma'am, this was last year's board question.
It is there in our textbook also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now tell me. If the north pole is coming closer, there'll be north polarity over here, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
By Lenz's
Yes.
law, means it's
Yes.
gonna go anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise. Alright? Give yourself marks. No time to write everything, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Melting point of ice increases with temperature? No, decreases. Because because the melting point is lower. If it is melting at 0 degrees C, it is going to melt at minus 10 degrees C. The moment you remove the pressure, it will become solid again. So it is decreases. Fission of this is possible by slow neutron. What will happen if there is a fast neutron? It will go through and through the nucleus. कुछ नहीं होने वाला. The slow neutron has to be it has to be 1 second. It has to be absorbed by the nucleus, causing the imbalance of protons and neutrons. Yes.
Ma'am, this is fast because it's not
I could not hear you. I can hear the pages turning very loudly, but your voice is very low.
Ma'am, I was saying that because it's uranium-238, it will be only fissionable by fast neutrons.
Is it written over there in the book?
Yes.
And 235, it is slow neutron?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for correcting me. Did you understand which page it is on?
321.
Did you all find it? Good. This was one thing that caught us, huh? Even I got fooled by that. Mila, double underline that. Tell which column, right column, left column, top paragraph, bottom paragraph.
Top right.
Top right. Mila, top right.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you find top right? Page 231 कहाँ पे है?
Fast neutrals. Yes, ma'am. He's correct.
He is correct, right?
Yes, ma'am. 235.
Top
is
right.
in that box.
Mila,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. You have just paid the electricity bill. What was it that the family consumed? Electrical energy.
Electrical energy.
Yes, ma'am.
In what unit it was? In kilowatt hour. If you write like this, how much you'll get?
0. We will have to spell it.
Correct. State the safety limit of sound level in terms of decibel. It is less than 120 dB, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Name the character of sound in relation with its waveform is quality or
Quality or
timbre.
Timber.
You're counting the marks.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't write everything, just count the marks. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
There's no time to write everything. All right? Identify the class
Class 3.
of lever shown here. Effort in the middle, class 3. Correct? When you're writing, how you should write? Class 3 lever since effort between fulcrum and load. How is it possible to increase the MA of the above lever?
Increase.
Pardon me?
To
We
increase
will
it,
work
we have
towards the fulcrum.
Effort down.
1 minute. Now for this, yeah, I am not clearly understanding what you all are saying, but MA is EA upon LA, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
If I want to increase this, I have to decrease the load arm or increase the effort arm. So I will move this way. So what you will say, by applying effort further away from the fulcrum to increase the effort arm, hence to increase the mechanical advantage into brackets since. Did you understand?
Yes.
We will do it the other way and using the
No, 1 minute. The when you are taking this, you are having this as the real situation, correct? What is in your control is this. Now this load, are you going to hold here, keeping the effort over here?
No.
So I cannot say that by decreasing the load arm. Understanding? I am using a forceps or a pincer, whatever. I'm holding the object here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I've held it here. Okay, this is where the grip is for the load. Now my choice is whether I should apply effort here or here or here or here. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
That is how I'll have to increase the MA. This point cannot be changed and this point cannot be changed. So the movement will be for the effort. Understanding?
Yes. ma'am.
Okay, yeah. Copper and steel. The weight of copper and steel are, copper is 10 Newton. Draw the rough diagram. You'll need little bit of working here. Which part does the center of gravity lie? 0 to 50 or 0 to 10? Where is concentration of mass more, on the right or left?
Left.
Okay.
Left, ma'am. 0 to 50.
Okay, so you will have this. So on which part your A part will be 0 to 50
50.
centimeter.
Because no concentration of mass.
Huh. And what you will say, since copper has more mass, more weight, therefore more mass. Copper, right, in short, more weight, therefore more mass on the left of ruler of the rod. And then you will say that center of gravity depends upon the distribution of mass. Therefore, it will be between 0 and 50 centimeter. Understood?
Yes.
Observer stands so many meters, fires the gun. After how much time gap will the echo sound travels with the speed? Okay, fine. So V is equal to echo means 2D upon T. Total distance will be 2D. Is that doable? So time will be equal to 2D upon V. Can we do that? Do you think you can get your 2 marks here?
Yes.
Do you think you can get your 2 marks here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now remember that sometimes there will be a case of a cliff over here, and there will be person A here and person B here. Okay, the person A and B, they will give you this distance, and this one is the one who fires the gun. So B is going to hear the direct sound, understanding, and B is also going to hear the echo. Do you understand?
Yes.
Hello?
Ma'am, A will also hear the echo, right?
1 minute. A is firing the gun. So when he is the firing of the gun, obviously he has heard the sound.
Yes.
But he is not going to hear. You can't say direct sound from A, no?
Yes.
The person who is away from B is going to hear 2 sounds. A also will hear definitely. Okay? Instantly and this way. Correct or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So we are not going to talk about A. We are going to talk about B. Because B is away from A. Correct?
Yes.
So they will tell you this direct sound will be, let us say, 2 seconds, and let us say this one is 5 seconds. Understanding what I'm saying? Hello? In that case, when you take 2 seconds, you are going to use V is equal to D upon T, but that will be D1 if this is D1. Understood? And when you take 5 seconds, what you'll use? Velocity remains the same. The total distance will be, if this is D2, then D2 plus D2 upon T2. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Understanding. Be careful of this. Alright? Just telling you that total distance you'll have to think of. Didn't we do this question just the other day?
Yes.
What did we say? Oxidation is the chemical change, correct? But radioactivity is the nuclear change. Then you will say oxidation does not affect the nucleus. What is the key word here? Oxidation
Does not
does
affect
not
nucleus.
does not affect the nucleus, therefore radioactivity not changed. Understood? First state, oxidation, chem change. Radioactivity, nuclear change. Then oxidation does not affect the nucleus, therefore no change in radioactivity. Understood? The 4 lines understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes.
Then we come to electrical gadget can give an electric shock to its user under certain circumstances. This is learning work. Learning work, yes,
Yes,
learn it
ma'am.
up. Okay?
Yes.
If you do not know, just give yourself a 0. There is no time for that. Just put over there question mark. Okay, write the question number, and then mass of 0.20 kg of substance is initially solid. So this is your solid, and this is your liquid, and this is where melting has taken place. Quickly show this because calculations are there. The steady rate means power is given as 500 joule per second means watt. Graph shows the temperature. Calculate SHC of, specific latent heat of fusion. So specific latent heat of fusion is to be calculated. So you are going to take from here to here as the time. How much is the time taken? 100 to how much is this?
300.
100.
So time is going to be 300 minus 100. How much is that?
200 seconds.
200 seconds. So you are going to say heat supplied heat supplied is equal to heat gained by solid. So heat supplied will be P into T
Into T
is equal to MLF. So 500 joule per second into 200, that will give me joule,
0.2
and mass is 0.2 kg. So 2 upon 10 kg into LF. This is joule. So LF is equal to 500 into 200 into 10 upon 2 joule upon kg means joule per kg. So 2 went 100 times. What did you get here? 5 and how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 into 10 to the power joule per kg.
5 into 10 to the power
5.
And what you'll say, this is specific latent heat of fusion of the solid. You'll spell it out. How is it? Good, bad or ugly? Good?
Good.
Didn't get scared now looking at it?
Yes.
Okay. Now look at this. What are they saying? L1, L2, there are two lenses. Okay. And the distance of separation is equal to the sum of the focal length. Actually, this they may not give you also. Can you see over here? This is the parallel, two parallel rays. They are converging. So obviously from here to here becomes your first focal length of L1. And from the principal focus, the ray emerges parallel. So from here to here becomes the focal length of the second one. So they need not give you this. They will ask you to figure it out also. Complete the path of ray till they emerge. 1 second. Oh my goodness. What is the question? The person has drawn here only, no?
Yes.
So I'll tell you what. They have given you this. This has been given to you. And maybe they just gave you this. Understood? They just gave you this and this. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
And then completing the path was, it will have to go this way and this way. Understanding? This is the completing the diagram, okay? And then it will emerge parallel. If it emerges parallel, that means this was the principal focus for this lens as well as this lens. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
All right?
Excuse me.
Ma'am,
They're saying F1 equal to F2 because the.
did they tell you equal to? Did they tell you equal to?
No.
So don't. So let me just change this. From here, you could have done this way also and this way also. Purposely, I'm not taking somewhere in between. You saw what I've done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Now the person in the whose paper this is has done this. I don't want to show that. They are just telling you F1 plus F2.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how they could have tricked you for this? Do you want to know how they could have tricked you for this diagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
They could have taken this, see this,
Yes, ma'am.
and this is fatter. So, the thinner the lens, more will be the focal length.
Yes.
Understood what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Then in that case, if you show the intersection in the middle, what you will get?
0.
On the other hand, if this was given like this thin, I hope you are recording rather than you're noting it down rather than looking at my
Yes,
work. Then from here to here, the focal length of the second one would be more, and then it would be this way. Understanding? Understanding? In that case, they would give you something like this. The rays would be closer so that you'll be able to show them going this way. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Because the focal length of this one is going to be, this one is going to be more. Understanding?
Yes.
So we looked at all the possibilities, and I think we have finished our section 1. Section A.
Ma'am, in that we left one question. What principle have you used in completing the diagram?
What is the principle? That the ray parallel to the principal axis converge and meet at a point which is the principal focus, and the ray coming from the principal focus emerges parallel. All right. And you could also write that is principle of reversibility also. Add that one also. How many marks are there? 3 marks
3
are there,
marks.
no? Okay, so you can write that. How much time did we take for section A? Half an hour?
Half an hour, yes, ma'am.
Approximately half an hour, maybe 25 minutes or 35, something like that, doesn't matter. Now section B, can we go fast? We are
Yes,
discussing this. Let us see how much work we can do. Okay, here out of how many 4 questions we have to attempt, we are going to do all. Let us look at this. Can absolute refractive index be less than 1?
No.
No.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
You have A mu m is going to be equal to C upon V. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you will say C is greater than V always. We are going to write in short. Correct? Therefore, C upon V will be greater than 1. Therefore, A mu medium absolute in refractive index greater than 1. Therefore, cannot be less than 1. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Coin placed at the bottom appears to be raised means the shift it is. If you are under little bit of pressure during the exam, draw the quick diagram. Okay, this will be your real depth. Correct? It is appearing to be shifted by how much? 4 centimeters. So 4.0 centimeter. So this they are asking us find the depth of the water. So real depth is x. So apparent depth, this will be what? X minus 4. What is that? Apparent depth. Then what you will say, mu is equal to real depth upon apparent depth, means x upon x minus 4, and this is 4 upon 3. Crisscross and get the value of x, which means the thickness means the real depth. Can be done?
Yes, ma'am.
Can be done. You think you can get your mark? Yes, we can. Let us look at this. What are they telling you? This, make sure it is exactly 90 degrees. Okay, this is 90 over here. This is 150. So how much is this? How much is this?
30.
Sorry, this is 150 degrees, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
This is 150
20.
and this full thing. So this will be 30 degrees, correct? So this will be 60 degrees, correct?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what is the angle of incidence? 90 gone from here. So angle of incidence here is 60 degrees. What are they telling you? Copy the diagram, draw the path of the ray on side AB,
Critical angle is
which
60.
travels along DE. Okay.
Critical angle is 60.
Critical angle is given as, where is it?
It's above. First slide.
Yeah, critical angle is 60 degrees. So critical angle is 60 degrees. So this will emerge this way, right? And you have to show this as 90 degrees, angle of refraction. Show the path. Doable?
Yes, ma'am.
Doable.
Yes, ma'am.
Pencil in the glass container. That pencil is in different state. What changes observed? Bent and short. Na pencil will be.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Name the phenomenon. Refraction.
Yes,
Draw
ma'am.
the ray diagram showing how the eye sees the pencil. Now when you draw the diagram, what are the precautions you have to take? You will show first the glass or the beaker. You will show this, draw free hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Take the pencil, show it this way. Say this is the pencil. Draw the normal. Okay. Now the ray coming from the pencil. Show one ray like this. And sorry, why do I need a normal here? Sorry, mistake. Why do I need a normal here? Oops. Yeah. Can you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
The ray has come from this point and it is going from denser to rarer. So it is turning away from the normal. Now at one go show this with the ruler and do this way and make sure you are showing this vertical line as the reference line. This ray will go this way and this way undeviated. One vertical ratio, one slanting ratio. And where the two intersect, this is going to be your O, this point is going to be your I, and this is the reference A, and you will show the pencil bent and short. For this, what you will write over here, OA is the real depth and O is the real position. IA is the apparent depth and I is the image formation, the image point. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
If they tell you only the ray diagram for 2 marks, and if they say that 2 slanting rays, this one will be there by default, understand? And you will take one more ray and let it go from here like this. Understanding? Just make sure that this part of the beaker should be somewhere here in that side. Don't block this path of ray. Understanding? You understood what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it making sense
Yes,
what I'm
ma'am.
telling you?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
There's something more I wanted to tell you. It slipped my mind. Yeah,
Wait.
yeah. One second. Before I forget that. Huh? Now remember, this is the position of your eye. I'll use another color. If this is the position of your eye, remember this eye should be exactly above O. If your O is here and if your eye is here, you will get straight 0. If your O is here and your eye is somewhere here, it should be exactly vertically above. Understanding what I'm
Yes,
saying?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, take care. Make this nice and dirty so that it attracts your attention. All right, take care that this is where it should be exactly vertically above. Any ray diagrams. All right, your image should be exactly above the object. Like for example, even if you have the prism, okay, there is an object here and they say where is the image seen. So you will take this ray, you will take this ray, and you will take this ray. This is the ray that enters the observer's eye, and this ray will be, take the pencil and make sure that it's a straight line. If you show this way and slightly this way, you will get a 0. Understanding? So this has to be exactly straight and take the vertical point exactly above. And this will be your eye. If your eye is slightly here or slightly here, can you see? You will say, but ma'am, it is on the path of this ray. I took my image here, 0. I took my image here, 0. Understanding? This is where exactly above image should be. Understanding? Not understanding.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We have finished the first question. Let us come to, we took about 12 minutes, I think, or 15 minutes for this. I don't know. Question number 5. A particular type of high energy invisible electromagnetic rays helps us to study the structure of crystal. So which one it will be? High energy means towards gamma means X-rays.
Yes, ma'am.
Regarding the crystal, there is microwave also, which deals with the atomic structure crystal, X-rays also. Can you just go quickly and review that? Uses of X and microwave, that is the confusion. Quickly check. What does X-ray and microwave, the use regarding atomic structure, what does it say?
Used for studying atomic arrangement in crystals as well as in complex molecules.
That is for X-rays.
Yes, ma'am.
And for microwaves?
Produced by
Analysis of atomic
Not
and
produced.
molecular
crystal oscillators.
You're talking
Analysis of atomic and molecular structure.
Sorry, ma'am. Analysis of atomic and molecular structure.
Okay, did you understand? Have you marked it?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
page is so nice and blank. Bad.
Sorry, ma'am.
Did you understand the difference between the two? Yeah. So now here in this case, which one are we talking about? Name this means what it is, your X-ray. Give another important use of this X-ray. X-ray is common sense also, you can say. We go for X-rays, what do we say? To detect fractures in bones and teeth also, correct or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So that will be, you don't really have to learn because so much of physics we are surrounded by, correct? How does the speed of light change on increasing the wavelength? On increasing the wavelength, V is equal to F lambda. So speed of light in glass, which means it's going from one medium to another, frequency remains the same, correct? So velocity is directly proportional to lambda. So what you will say? Velocity increases since velocity directly proportional to wavelength, since frequency remains same when it passes from one medium to another. It is going in the glass, correct? Means it is changing the medium, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now these are learning work. I have explained this.
Focal length
Placed in water,
increases.
focal length increases. I have explained this to you also. If you have not understood this, remember, if this was the parallel ray parallel to the principal axis, if there was no lens, it would have gone this way. That means when it is mu equal to 1 in air, if there was no glass. But because of the glass, what is the mu of glass? Mu is equal to 1.5. So it will go this way. This is when it is mu is 1.5. But when it is surrounded by water, water will be lesser than this. So it should go this way. See, mu equal to 1, mu equal to 1.5, and this is 1.33 will be in between. Does it make sense to you?
Yes.
And so initial focal length is this one, but now the focal length is this much. What do you see? F2 is greater than F1. Understanding? When the lens is placed in the liquid with larger refractive index than glass, if it is larger refractive index than glass, then it is going to be equal, it's going to turn like this. Okay, it's going to be focal length. This is 1.33, no?
Yes.
1.33.
Ma'am, the focal length will decrease.
Focal length placed in the liquid.
Yes, ma'am, will decrease.
This way.
It will be between the optical center and
This way you're saying, no?
yes, because the mu is greater than that of glass.
No, 1 second. 1 minute.
Ma'am, it's given in the textbook that it increases.
Liquid of larger refractive index is not in the book.
No, but water is there.
But water is 1.33, no?
So we can compare like the refractive
No,
index of water.
wait. So, actually it behaves like a concave lens, but I can't get the explanation of that. 1.5, if I make it as
They've given that if the lens is put in a medium where the mu decreases, then the focal length increases. So if it will be in a mu that is more than the mu of air, then its focal length will decrease. Because they have given that if a
yeah, that makes sense. It's there, no? It's written over there, right?
Yeah, they have compared it with water only, but they have given if mu decreases, then focal length increases.
So mu is lesser in the surrounding medium.
Yeah.
Then it
But
will
over
go
here,
this
mu
way.
is increasing, so
it will go this way.
Yeah, decreasing. The focal length will decrease.
I'll come back to it though.
Ma'am, I checked this on Google and you are saying that it becomes a diverging lens and that's what Google is saying.
It is saying, no?
Yes, ma'am.
That's exactly, but I'm not able to explain it to you just now. Because there was a question years ago, how can you convert a converging lens into a diverging lens? That was a question some years ago I have done. And by immersing it in a liquid or a surrounding which has mu more than that of glass. Okay, so I am not getting the explanation for that. I'll come back to it. But remember, like that, I mean, if you want to convert a converging lens into a diverging lens, you have to place it in a surrounding which has got mu more than the mu of glass, mu of the lens.
Yes. Ma'am, you had asked us to write this in the textbook as well.
I have given it to you, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but the explanation is not coming just now. Will you please remember this? They have not asked for explanation. They are just saying what happens when. Okay, so the reason they have not asked. So what you will
So
say?
what will happen to the focal length, ma'am?
So what are they saying? How is the focal length
Affected.
It will increase or decrease.
affected? No. So affected. So the focal length. No. What would be the effect they should be? Not the focal length. All right. So here you will have to just mention that it will behave like a concave lens. If the lens becomes thicker in the middle, remember if it is this way and this way, you know that the focal length of this will be more and the focal length of this will be less,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So focal length decreases. This was easy. Okay, so this bit it's not coming into my mind, but fortunately they have not asked for the reason, so I'll come back to it later on. Just remind me, okay? Object is placed in front of concave lens focal length. What is the nature of the image formed? Now when it is a convex lens, focal length is 8. So your 2f is going to be equal to 16 centimeter. Now object is where? Beyond 2f. So what will be the image? Real, inverted, virtual, chi? How can you have inverted? You know?
Real inverted
Huh.
Real inverted
It will be
image.
real. I hope none of you are going to think like virtual, huh? Not like this child. Okay? Real, inverted and diminished, correct?
Yes.
Till, don't say highly diminished. Highly diminished means object at infinity. Is it at infinity? Is
Yes.
it at infinity?
No, ma'am.
So don't say highly diminished, just say diminished. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Unless they mention infinity, you will not use the word highly diminished. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. So calculate the distance of the image. What is our formula? 1 upon f is equal to, how much is the focal length? Convex lens means positive, right? Plus there, equal to 1 upon v minus, object distance is always negative. How much it is? 24. So it becomes 1 upon 8 equal to 1 upon v plus 1 upon.
24.
So 1 upon v becomes, come on, do this fast.
1 upon 8
LCM,
3 minus 1.
very good.
So 2 upon 24.
Which is,
1 upon 12.
so therefore image distance
Go to positive 12 centimeters.
equal to v equal to plus 12 centimeter. Therefore where is the image? It is 12 centimeter behind the lens. Yes,
Yes. ma'am.
not in front of but behind the lens. You're with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now magnification is what? I upon O, which is equal to V upon U. How much is V? Can you see this child has done so many wrongs, bechara. Oh, 12 centimeter and U is minus,
24.
so that will be minus
1 upon
1 upon 2 means minus 0.5. Correct? Don't write half, write a decimal. If you don't write in decimal, you will get a 0. Alright, remember all the answers are to be in decimal only, not fractions. Alright?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody understood? Why is this minus sign? Tell me. What does this minus sign tell you?
It's a real.
It's a real.
It's a real image, because remember object is always upright, so object is always positive. but I'll get a negative number only if the image is negative, means inverted. Inverted means real. How was this? It is stationary, means what? Clockwise, anti-clockwise are equal, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
How many forces do you see over here? F1 and F2, such that horizontal force F1 at P and vertical force F2 at Q. Vertical force is at Q. Can you see that person, what he has drawn? Rubbish, no? This is rubbish that person has done. Okay, so the vertical force means it will be this way. So can it be this way or can it be this way? That's what you have to decide. So vertical force will be this way. This is going to rotate it clockwise, correct or no? Clockwise moment it will be. So here it should be anti-clockwise moment, means it should be this way, correct? So will the arrow here be upward
Ma'am, this
or
is
down?
given in our textbook.
I know.
Solved just.
It is a solved one, but the thing is
Yes.
that if we discuss, then it becomes reinforcing, right?
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
And half of you will still get confused even now, knowing y'all. Okay, it happens because you have other 10 odd subjects, no, y'all are studying. Okay, so tell me, anti-clockwise means downward arrow, upward arrow,
Down.
correct? And now we'll call this as F2. Now understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what is the greater force? I had done this in the
F2.
last paper.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct or no? The moment, anti-clockwise
Yes,
moment
ma'am.
equal to clockwise moment. So F1 multiplied by OP will be equal to F2, and the line of action of force, so it is O dash O. Understanding? So F1 upon F2 will be equal to O dash O upon OP. Now O dash OP is the radius and O dash O is less than radius, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So O dash O is less than OP, correct? Right,
Yes,
over there,
ma'am.
OP is the radius, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So which one is less? F1 is less than F2.
F2.
Which are they asking? Which one is the greater force? F2. Find the ratio between them. Substitute the values and you'll be able to handle it, correct?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Let us move on to the main thinking part only. What does this say? Stone of mass m rotated in a circular path, uniform speed, tying the string with help of your hand. Answer. So uniform circular motion
Yes,
is what they are telling you. Is the stone moving with uniform or variable speed? Speed is the same.
Same.
What is variable velocity, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the stone moving with uniform acceleration? Acceleration is going to be in different direction at each instant. So variable, correct? Will it be uniform? Variable. In which direction does the acceleration act?
Along
the
tangent.
Along the
Tangent.
tangent
Along
at
the
any
tangent
instant.
point.
At any instant is the word that you should not miss. What is the word you should not miss? At any instant. What kind of force acts on the hand and state its direction? Which kind of force it is? It is the centripetal force, which is the tension of the string, correct? And the direction will be radially inwards. What is the phrase you have to use? Radially inwards. Give yourself marks, okay? Now this elephant carrying tourist, is it there in the textbook? This is the height. Height is going to be 400 meter, hill station. Elephant carries 2000 kg load of tourists and baggage. So the mass it's carrying is 2000 kg. and the time is taken is 60 minutes, means 60 into 60 seconds. Have they given you the value of G? Mass? Oh, elephant. Total mass is going to be 2000 plus. Mr. Elephant is 5 tons. How much is 1 ton?
1000.
So it will be, how much is the total mass?
7,000 kg.
Correct?
Yes.
Work done by the elephant is going to be equal to mgh. Did they mention what is the value of G? They have not mentioned what to do. 9.8
Yes.
into 400 upon what? 60 into 60. Okay, those many joules. You know how to calculate. What is your B? Gain in potential energy.
Ma'am, why did you take 60 into 60 denominator? Because the calculating work.
I can't hear you.
Ma'am, you're calculating work done, so it's 60 into 60.
Why did I do this? Yeah, correct. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, I think I'm tired. Please be careful, okay? Don't get tired like me. Make sure that you sleep properly at night. Made a mistake. Yeah,
But ma'am,
why did I take upon
10 will
T?
be
That
there,
is the
right?
power. Huh?
Upon 10 will be there because it's 9.8.
Yeah, upon 10 will be there. You're absolutely right. Okay, so these many joules. Sorry, I made a mistake. Potential energy gained by the tourist and the luggage. So that will be gain in potential energy of the tourist and luggage will be again mgh, but mass will not be 7,000, no? Mass will be 2000 into, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Understanding? Efficiency of operation. So the efficiency is going to be equal to work output upon, because we have calculated the work done, no? So
Yes.
we will put work input. Now remember, the elephant is also carrying himself, but work output is what? It is 2000 into 98 into 40.
Upon 7,000 into 98 into 40.
Very good.
98 and 40 will get cancelled, and also
Wait, now
0.
efficiency has to be expressed in terms of percentage, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have to mention this also, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So 40 got cancelled, 98 got cancelled.
2 upon 7 into 100.
Huh. So 200 upon 7, write it as decimal. You're with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Now power of the elephant in horsepower. Power of the elephant will be power input. So your D part, I'll write here. So power elephant is going to be equal to work done, means how much it is? 7,000
into 98
into 98 into 40
upon 60 or
upon 60 into 60 watts, but divided by 746, correct?
Yes.
Because I want it in horsepower. It may take you some time to do it. If you don't have sufficient time, leave it like this and go to the next question. After you finish the entire paper, then go and do those calculations and get that mark also. It's a 1 mark question. It's a 1 mark question, maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Some of you may take time. Sometimes what happens is, because of the fear, sometimes the hand doesn't work, sometimes the hand shake, lots of things happen. So calm down and do it, okay? Most important thing is stay calm. If you don't stay calm, then you may make silly mistakes. You have to be very careful. What is this? State the function of P2. What is
to
P2?
change the direction of the effort in
There
the
are two-
convenient
there
direction,
are two-
vertical downwards.
Two functions of single fixed pulley. What you mentioned just now is the convenient into bracket vertically downwards direction for the effort. Number two, one can use
One's own weight
one's
as
own
a-
weight as the effort. If the free end of the string moves through X, then distance through which the load, remember for single movable pulley, VR is equal to 2. So dE upon dL is equal to 2. Okay. Now what is moving through X? The effort. So
Effort
this
is
is X. Sorry, this is X and dL is equal to 2. They are saying find the distance through which, that means dl is equal to x upon 2 meters. You're with me?
Yes.
Better still write, oh my goodness, let us write in decimal. I don't want unnecessarily 1 mark cut now, because not in decimal, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Be careful. Did you see where all the marks can be lost? You are understanding?
Yes.
You will say, ma'am, x upon 2, yay, I got the answer. Alright? And go to C, you'll get 0 for that because decimal number was not written.
Yes.
So we have to be a little careful over there. Calculate the force to be applied to just raise the load of 20 kgf, neglecting the weight of pulley P1, means we have to consider this as weightless. Now, if you say this is weightless, then your mechanical advantage will be equal to 2, correct?
Yes.
That means it is your ideal pulley. If it is ideal pulley, then VR equal to MA equal to 2. So load upon effort equal to 2. Can we substitute 20 kgf and get the effort?
Yes.
Yes. Let us move to the next one. Type of wave for sound ranging is ultrasonic. Why these are not audible? As their frequency is more than 20,000 hertz and the range of audibility is from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Give one use of sound ranging. Can you do that learning work? Yes. Rear view mirror at a particular speed. Why does it happen? Now this is a long answer type. You will say since the frequency of external periodic force, that is the engine. Actually, rather than this, you will say since the frequency of piston of engine. Better to start like that, okay? Piston of engine at that speed. That speed. Did you see how I underlined that? And into bracket what you'll say, external periodic force equals, don't use the word matching. What is the word to be used? Equals natural frequency, not natural vibration. Frequency word should be mentioned, okay? Frequency and frequency here. Natural frequency of vibration of what? What is vibrating? Of rear, not rear, okay? Rear view it is. It is pronounced as rear, okay? Not rear. Rear view mirror. You must have your English also strong, no? You all are coming from English medium schools. So it's not rear, it is rear. Rear means back.
Yes.
Rear means this. Okay, this is rear and this is rear. Okay, rear view mirror.
Of motorbike.
Rear view mirror.
Therefore, mirror vibrates with larger amplitude to the phenomenon of resonance.
Yeah. Hence, rear view mirror vibrates with larger amplitude due to resonance. Just write resonance here. Also, don't say, ma'am, in the second answer I have to write that word anyway. Don't say that. Okay, due to resonance. Then for B, what is the name of the phenomenon?
Resonance.
Then just say resonance. Okay. Then C, what could be done to stop?
Change the speed.
To what could be done? The speed of motorbike can be changed so that the two frequencies become unequal. Okay, the two frequencies. Define the phenomenon. So now we go and definition of resonance, which is the learning work. But please mention the detailed explanation, although this part will be repeated in D. Doesn't matter, just
Yes,
write it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't want to lose unnecessarily any marks.
Yes,
Huh?
ma'am.
8. High resistance voltmeter. Voltmeter reads this. When 24 ohm resistance is connected to it, reads this. Find the current in the circuit and the terminal resistance. So what is given? When the voltmeter is connected to the dry cell means EMF. EMF is 12 volts. Agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
The resistance in the circuit is how much? 24 ohms. When it is connected, the voltmeter means in the external circuit, means terminal voltage is 7.2 volt. Agreed? Now they are saying number 1, what is I? You write over there V is equal to IR. So your I will be equal to E upon R plus R. But they have find the internal resistance. Okay, so R plus R. E is 12 volts and 24 plus R. Find the current in the circuit.
First we'll have to use the terminal voltage and the
So terminal voltage you will have to use.
external
Yeah.
resistance
So,
to find the current.
So rather than doing this, say please omit. You will say terminal voltage comma external resistance will give us I is equal to V upon R. So 7.2 upon 24. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
So we can't take EMF along with the internal resistance. Okay. So 72 upon 10 into 24, which went 3 times. So the current is 0.3 ampere. This was slightly hatke type of question, huh? Current in circuit. So this is your answer 1. Answer A, sorry. This is your A. For your B part,
We'll use that current to find the
internal resistance. So you will say I is equal to E upon R plus R. So this is 3 upon 10 is equal to EMF is 12 and 24 plus R. Can be done?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay, so 3 into bracket
72
24.
plus, yeah.
No, don't do that. Can you see 3 and 12?
Yes, ma'am.
So don't open the bracket. 24 plus R is equal to 120. So 24 plus R will be equal to 40. So R is equal to 16 ohm. Okay, and we write, of course, this is your internal resistance. How is it?
Good, ma'am.
Label diagram to transform 200 volt to 50 means step down.
Step down.
For step down, what did I tell you? Just make a rectangle like this. Okay, simple diagram. Do not draw any fancy diagram. And this you will take two ends here and you will connect here. Okay, and this will be your AC input, alternating current, no? AC input, and this becomes your primary coil. Now this is 220, so you will show many turns here like this. Understanding? And then here you will show this way and you will say AC output.
Output. Secondary coil.
Yeah. And this you will also say it is secondary coil. And here there will be less turns. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is this? Laminated soft iron core. Understanding? And what is the name? Step down transformer. You're with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the name of the device? This is your A and this is your B. Ma'am, I already wrote this. I don't want to write it. Don't be lazy. Write it once again. You're with me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
what other questions can they be asked? Which wire is thicker? Why? Correct or no? How did I tell you to look at? Can you see this? Can you see this width and can you see this width?
Yes, ma'am.
So it will be the secondary.
Because of copper loss.
Because of copper loss, you can't write like that. You can say since the EMF over here is less and with power remaining same, has current more. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Then what you will say? Therefore, to minimize what? Loss of energy in the form of heat. Don't just say copper loss. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Minimize the loss of energy in the form of heat. Area of cross section
Increase.
should be more to reduce resistance. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
So it allows more current to flow through. All this bhashan will have to go, not just due to copper loss. Alright? Then somewhere in the bracket you can write copper loss if you want to. But mark the keywords. Understanding. Which one of the wire will be highly insulated? What is the next question? More insulated. Where is more insulated wire? Where there is more PD, right? So it will be in the primary. Reason, EMF is high, therefore more chances of short circuiting. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
These are a little confusing questions. Otherwise, all the other questions are very simple. They can even ask you is the turns ratio greater than, less than, or equal to 1?
Less than.
So what you'll say, turns ratio is ns upon np.
Since the
Number of turns in secondary is less.
coil is lesser than the primary coil, then the turns ratio will be less than.
Correct. And the other learning type of questions, how will you increase the efficiency, or which are the different forms of energy losses, how will you minimize them? These are learning type of questions, but these are the application type of questions.
Yes.
Welcome. Refrigerator, water becomes ice. First draw the schematic diagram. It is water
20 degrees C.
20 degrees C.
Becomes ice at
No.
Water at 0 degrees C.
Directly it doesn't become ice, no?
Yeah, and then ice at 0 degrees C, and then ice at minus.
Very good, very good, very good. So you have your Q1, Q2 and Q3. How many grams is this? 100 grams. They are saying determine the quantity of heat extracted per second, means they are asking you the wattage of the refrigerator, means they are asking power of the refrigerator. So you will say heat extracted.
In 1 hour.
No, heat extracted is equal to heat lost by water. Okay, now heat extracted is P into T. Don't write in 1 hour. P into T is equal to what? Q1,
Plus
go slow.
Plus Q3.
Go slow. Okay, power into 1 hour means 60 minutes.
60 minutes into 60 seconds.
Be careful, okay? What is Q1? Isn't it MC delta T? Is it MC delta T?
Yes,
It is MC delta T. Plus, is this MLF?
MLF.
This is MC delta T but with ice.
Yes.
Means MC1 delta T1. So P into, tell me, 60 into 60. Alright? 100 multiplied by, don't take out common just now. Show it separate, okay? May be a little confusing because you have to, it's only 100, no, it's alright. If you want, you could take that, alright? But preferably do this separately, okay? Delta T is how much? 20. Only make sure that you put a bracket so that you are not confused. Then 100 into, is it 336 given?
336.
Plus it will be, tell me, 100 into 2.1 means 21 upon 10 into 10.
Into 10.
So 0 got cancelled here, 0 got cancelled here. What did we get here? 42 into 2. 8400.
00 plus 33600.
33600 is correct.
Plus 2100.
2100. How much is that going to give us? 33600, 8400, 2100. 6 and 4, 10, 11. Carry 1. 8 and 4, 12. And 2, 14. 441. 44100. Correct? So power is equal to that upon 60 into 60. 2 zeros got cancelled and 3 will go because this is 21 into 21, no? So 3 goes twice, 3 will go here, 3 ones, 3 fours,
147.
and 3 twos, and here
349.
3 fours, and yeah, 49. So it is 49 upon 4.
12.25 watts.
12.25
25 watt.
remaining means 25 watt. Okay, but they are asking you heat
Per second.
extracted per second. So how should you say? Therefore heat extracted per second is equal to 12.25 joules. Did you understand where that trap was there
Yes,
for cutting your 1 mark? Did you see?
yes, ma'am.
All right, just make sure that you are being careful.
Yes.
Is 9th question the last question? Hopefully
Yes,
yes. Last question. Carries the current from north to south. What will be the direction of the magnetic field just underneath it? So remember your SNOW, the magnetic field at a point just below it.
MSUP.
This is how it is, right? So you will show the key so that you do not get confused. This is your west and this is your east. Straight wire horizontal carries current from north to south. So north to south, and the direction of magnetic field at a point underneath, so under. Now SNOW, so NSO will be E and NSU will be W. Understanding?
Yes.
All right. Now the snow rule is not given in the textbook, but we are using the law. In the textbook, they are talking about Ørsted, correct? So I am a little concerned about which law to mention. Ørsted, which page number it is on?
244.
Page 244. Are they writing anywhere snow rule?
No, ma'am. There's no solution.
No, ma'am. Ørsted experiment.
It is Ørsted's experiment only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So the rule is snow rule based on Ørsted's spelling
OERSTED.
no?
Yes, ma'am.
Ørsted's experiment. I would make sure that Mr. Ørsted's name also is mentioned. Okay, because snow rule is not in the textbook. It used to be in the other textbook, the earlier one, but this textbook does not have it. And many of the students who are using Selena publication are not aware of snow rule. They are just, teachers are just telling, remember the observation. I think there are some schools here also where the teacher has not mentioned snow rule, no?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that is why. You understood why I'm telling you that. That's why I write Ørsted also.
Thank you.
है ना? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
When we were there, we had Ampere's left-hand swimming rule, where we had to imagine that we are swimming in the direction of the current, you know, with the compass needle above us, below us, and when we are moving, how our left hand will move when we go forward. That was the deflection. I mean, when I learned it with Ampere's left-hand swimming rule, but that has been replaced by snow rule now. Identify. What is this commutator दिख रहा है?
DC motor.
So this is DC motor. Principal, learning work, energy changes. What are we getting? We are passing the direct electric current
energy
and
to
mechanical energy we are getting.
Mechanical energy.
State the function of part X and Y. it reverses the direction of the current every 180 degrees so that the rotation is in one direction only. Difference between electron beta particle, I've told you, learn up the differences.
Yes, ma'am. The point
Okay, there are different like gamma and x-rays. I have told you all those questions.
Yes.
Similarity, differences, learning work. Make sure that your learning work is done properly. Nucleus becomes this. Okay, so what are you going to write? You will write this as A and B. It is going to become X1 after alpha particle. It is going to have,
It becomes uranium.
It's given uranium.
okay,
X1 is U.
then
And
it
then
emits
after
a beta particle
and a gamma particle.
and
Gamma.
a gamma particle. I'll show it separately. And then it becomes this.
230.
This is 235
235,
and 93. So alpha particle means this becomes A minus 4, B minus 2. Correct? Or you
Yeah,
could,
we can go
I think don't go backwards. Backwards is more difficult. I have to help as many of you. Not just you, but everybody should be able to start with, let us say this is A and Z. Start with A and Z. So this becomes A minus
Z. A minus
4
and Z minus 2.
and Z minus 2. If you go backwards, how will you get those 4 marks? Correct or no?
Yes.
So now beta particle, and it has become what? Obviously it will be this only, but it will be A minus 4, and here it will be Z minus 2 plus 1, means it will be Z minus 1. Correct? Now gamma means this has to be with an asterisk, means it is in an excited state, and this will be your A minus 4, and this will be Z minus 1. And then what you'll say, equating mass number.
Since mass number is conserved.
Since mass number is conserved, A minus 4 is no, actually there is no conservation here. We are saying A minus 4 is this, so we are equating it only.
Yes.
When you take the sum of the mass number here equal to the sum of the mass number here, that's the time. That means when it is like a fission, that's the time. Or when you are showing different particles, that's the time we'll say it's conserved. But here this is equal to this, no? So equating is good enough. Yeah?
Yes.
So this will be equal to 235. So therefore A is equal to 235 plus 4 means, and then what you'll say, equating what? Equating what? Atomic number. So you will have, tell me, Z minus 1 equal to 93. So Z is equal to 93 plus 1 is 94. Write the above nuclear changes in the form of equation giving the atomic number and mass number of each nucleus. So once you have done this, you have to show the above change. So I am going to show them separately. 239 and 94 I have to start with. So now we will say PU 239 and 90. Oops, I forgot.
94.
Z was 94, right?
Yes.
That's all.
So I'll show alpha, and uranium it will be 235 92 plus I will show this separately. Then I will take uranium 235 92 and I'll show beta giving me NP with 235 and 93 plus beta 0 minus 1, or you can write electron 0 minus 1. Okay, but I will put here asterisk here, and then I'll put NP with 235 93, and I'll say gamma, oh, asterisk, and that will be NP 235 93 plus gamma. All right, for 4 marks I would do that. We have finished all the questions.
Ma'am, after the beta emission, why would you put it in excited state? Directly?
Because in an excited state, then gamma radiations are emitted. So whatever we get, that NP is in excited state because it is emitting gamma.
Ma'am, so normally the gamma emission is directly after it has been emitted. Right?
It is simultaneously.
Yes.
It is simultaneously, but they showed over here gamma radiation separately. So I have to show that excited state. I am not taking any chances. I like my full marks.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It doesn't matter if I write extra step like that.
Yes, ma'am.
If I would, I will even write over the excited state. Just because I don't want to write this, why would I lose 1 mark? I'm just telling you, look, examiner, I know everything. Quietly give me my marks.
Yes, ma'am.
I should be in control of my marks. I should be in control of my destiny. I should not be at the mercy of the examiner, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Whichever type of examiner is looking at my paper, I have to make sure that that examiner should not have any doubt कि I have to get my full marks. Understood?
Yes,
You have to force the examiner, come on, give me my mark. I deserve it. Understood? You have to have that authority over your work. Do not be at the mercy of examiner, okay?
Yes.
All right? So that is very important thing for you to understand, that you are in control of your destiny. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So all the best for your papers, and we stop here.